RMS PCM is an integrated database system application that allows a company to plan and execute projects without the need for supporting applications. All project and accounting functions are integrated into one package, eliminating repeated entry of information and allowing detailed analysis of project performance and profit margins. All supporting documentation can be associated to specific records, thus allowing for rapid response to customer inquiries. RMS PCM is a project-centric application. All functions, including accounting, change management, procurement, material management, human resources, document control, timekeeping, and equipment management, exist to support projects. The Project Management module allows users to create projects, assign qualified employees to a project team, and manage a project request for information, RFI documentation. Once a project is created, we can assign employees to the project, create purchase orders with line items to charge project costs, and perform all other administrative functions. Each project is associated with a region, customer, and project location. Before creating a project, ensure that the customer and project location exist. The assigned region is created during the database setup. To add a new region, contact the database administrator. The application does have a default region of 00. As you can see here, you would enter the project name, select a customer from a drop-down menu, which is populated in the accounting module, select a project location, assigned region, start date, and end date. You would also assign a planned budget. Keep in mind that these items can be edited if errors are made. You can add new project locations by going to the Project Add Edit tab in the Project module. Ensure the tax configuration for the new location exists, as it must be selected when adding a new location. The tax zone selection is used by the application during tax calculations when creating change order requests, procurement documents, and estimates. You can add tax zones and new customers in the accounting module. Once a purchase order with work line items has been entered in the database, the project manager can manage individual line items accessibility, making specific lines inactive. It prevents unauthorized charges against a line item and improves system performance. Project managers and administrators determine which users are authorized to view and access individual projects. By default, the administrator will have access to all existing projects. Information flow and documentation are an important part of any project. It is a good management practice to document all project communications in writing via a request for information or through change management system. RMS integrates the RFI management and associates RFI to the specific purchase order line item. You can attach documents in PDF format to any RFI for the project for easy and centralized access. You can view attached documents through the RFI Edit tab in the project module. You can print the RFI form from this tab as well. The RFI form is saved in an Excel format to be printed by the user's printer of choice or to be attached to email as necessary. The system will automatically assign the next RFI number using an internal counter to prevent duplication or missing numbers from the sequence. The accounting module allows the user to perform the following functions: enter new customer information or edit existing customer information, create a job number for a project, enter and edit master service agreement and equipment rates, enter and edit project-specific labor and equipment rates, enter and edit sales tax rates, enter and edit customer-provided purchase orders for a project, enter and edit payroll burdens by state, generate invoices for work completed in a period, and view cost reports for any given period. In order to enter customer-provided purchase order, ensure the project has an associated job number. You can create the job number on the Purchase Order Setup tab in the Accounting module. When creating a job number, select the assigned region and job description. The system will automatically generate the job number sequentially. You can always override the number assigned during the creation process. Add the customer PO in the Add Purchase Order tab. If the project will use rates established through a Master Service Agreement, MSA, ensure the MSA has been added to the database before attempting to add the PO. The MSA dropdown will be populated with all the MSAs available for that given customer. To use the MSA rates, check the Use Labor MSA rates and Use Equipment MSA rates. Otherwise, check the Use Custom Labor rates and Custom Equipment rates checkboxes. If using custom rates, you will need to add the custom rates. The rates selected will be used to create invoices and change order requests. You can enter PO line items by importing from an Excel template or by manually entering the information. Each line item allows for budgeted costs to be entered for labor, materials, and equipment. The system will keep track of expenditures against each line item to help prevent users from exceeding provided funding. You can generate an invoice for a project for any specific time period. The system will populate a labor, equipment, and materials section for all charges during the period pending invoicing. To generate the printable invoice form, click the Generate Invoice button. The invoice form will be saved in an Excel format and contains a summary page of all charges by line item and detailed backup information for all charges by category: labor, equipment, material. In a perfect world, project specifications and worksite conditions will not change. Real projects will go through changes due to design changes, issues with equipment and materials, weather, and many other reasons. It is important to document in writing and get approval for all changes in a project, regardless if they involve cost or schedule changes. The process of change management involves the creation of a change notice to let the customer know of a change in the scope of work or deviation from specifications. Each change notice is associated to a specific PO line item. There are two methods for creating a change notice: manual costing and detailed costing. Most of the times, detailed costing is used. Detailed costing allows the user to select the type of labor and hours, equipment used, material required, subcontractor cost, equipment rental costs, and any indirect or tax charges. The labor and equipment estimates will be based on rates entered during the project setup process. Manual costing is when a pre-negotiated pricing in lump sum format is desired and no breakdown of charges by category is required. RMS PCM has an integrated workflow functionality. When a change notice is created, the project manager is alerted via email of a pending approval action. The pending action will also display in the pending workflow activities grid on login. Once a change notice is approved, then it will be available to create a change order request. You can add one or more change notices to a change order request, but they must be related to the same PO line item. Once a change notice is added to the change order request, its status automatically is changed to closed. All change notices and change order requests for the selected project are displayed in the node tree, with its corresponding status noted. To print a change notice or change order request, select the desired change, refresh the estimates, and click the Print button. The form will be saved in an Excel format and can be printed or attached to an email as desired. You can view the change notice and change order request in the corresponding status tab in the Change Management module. Keeping accurate labor charges for a project is important. RMS PCM time entry is used to summarize charges against a PO line item for invoicing and to measure performance as compared to the estimated baseline. You can generate daily timesheets to issue to customers when required. In order to use a timekeeping function, a project must exist. A PO must be entered for the project, and workers must be assigned to the project. Worker assignments to a project is done in the Human Resources module. Time can be entered using one of two methods, by individual or line item. In the individual method, the worker is selected, a trade to charge is selected, and the number of hours worked is entered into the corresponding PO line item. You need to distinguish type of hours to charge, such as overtime or straight time hours, to ensure the correct rate is invoiced. With the line item method, you select the line item to charge. Select all workers to include on the given date that worked in the line item. Select trade to charge for each worker and the number of hours worked for each worker. You can also enter the equipment used on any line item on a given date to track charges. Once all entries for a day have been completed, you can view the total charges and print the daily timesheet in the Summary tab of the Timekeeping module. Most projects require equipment and materials to complete the scope of work. In order to plan work and ensure all required material is available when needed, the project team must track deliveries through the project life. RMS PCM Material Management Module allows for the entry of a bill of material for tracking, reporting, warehousing, and procurement. Items are marked as owner or contractor supplied to prevent confusion during the procurement cycle. The Material Management Report clearly displays status by owner or contractor supplied. For owner-supplied materials, you can enter PO information as provided for the owner, which allows for status reporting, issuing receiving reports, and planning work. The Receiving Material tab searches by tag number, quote number, part number, PO number, or drawing number for proper identification and processing of all materials and equipment delivered. The receiving function also maintains chain of custody information for all material and equipment by tracking individual receiving items, date received, and location where the item is being stored. Additionally, the system will automatically update material status by quantity received, such as partial delivery or delivered. RMS PCM will also track quantity ordered, quantity received, and quantity issued. In order to enter the bill of materials into RMS PCM, the project must exist. Once a project is selected, all the existing materials and equipment will be listed in the existing material for the project data grid. You can populate the list of materials by importing using an Excel template or do each entry manually in the Add BOM tab. Although not all fields are mandatory, it is recommended that you populate as much data as possible to improve efficiency during searches and the receiving process. During the Excel template import process, you will have the opportunity to review and edit all data prior to committing data to the database. Ensure you mark items as either client-provided or not chargeable to allow status tracking and cost charges. By default, all items not provided by the client or not marked as not chargeable will be charged to the project PO line item when item is delivered to the site and displayed on the invoice created in the accounting module. The Handling Admin tab allows users to enter new vendor information in project storage locations and make them available for searches, procurement, and receiving of materials and equipment. All material and equipment entered into RMS PCM can be updated in the Edit BOM tab. As more data becomes available, you are encouraged to populate and add additional information. Information such as weight, in addition to handling instructions, should be entered in the Remarks section to help plan for expected deliveries. Eventually, all equipment and materials delivered to a project will be installed, used, or returned to the owner upon completion. Keeping chain of custody information is important to quickly determine item whereabouts or to trace possession of an item. When a material is issued, the chain of custody information is entered into the Issued Material tab. Every project needs to maintain documentation for legal, construction, and historical reasons. Change management requires creating change notices and change orders. Procurement requires saving quotes, invoicing, and purchase orders. Project communications in the form of requests for information need to be created for distribution. Drawings, specifications, and other design-related documents need to be maintained up to date and available for viewing. Material receiving reports need to be created for order closeouts. RMS PCM has integrated into its project management tools all the document control functions that allow a user to generate documents for distribution while saving all data for tracking purposes. The Document Control module allows the user to add documents individually in the Add Documents tab or import the list of drawings using an Excel pre-populated template in the Import Drawing list. Most requests for proposals include a list of drawings and specifications that can be used to quickly populate the Excel template for import, saving considerable time by not requiring manual entry. The Equipment Management module allows users to quickly add new equipment to existing inventories, edit equipment documentation, including but not limited to equipment maintenance schedules, corrective and preventative maintenance orders, and warranty information. It also allows users to keep track of company vehicles using its fleet management tool, including information such as vehicle registration, insurance, VIN numbers, location, and much more. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any further questions, please contact us at info@rubymountainsolutions.com